Now, we have a friend here today, an old friend, Mike Goossen. Do I say it right?
Yes, thank you.
And you are a business consultant. You help
Correct,
people
yes.
develop their business, shape their business.
Yes, I do.
And most of us are not experts when we go into business. So my first business, I played guitar. So opened a guitar shop.
Okay.
What do I know about business? So
I don't know. What do you know?
not very much, apparently. So who should call you about business development?
Okay, well, what I do is my company's name is called Columns for Success, and the number 4 is in the name because there are really 4 things that every business needs to be successful. One thing they need is to be a good leader. They have to be able to take their vision, what they're excited about, like a guitar shop, and let people know about it and also lead people through that. Second thing everyone needs is a really good strategic plan. How are they going to get from point A to point B? What's their vision? Where's their future? That sort of thing. The third thing they need is good financial management. I'm a CPA. I help people with that. I've been a CFO for different companies over the years, and I found that strong financial management, not just bookkeeping, but managing it is very important. And the last piece is when you need to hire some employees, you better hire right, you better train them well, and you better encourage them to be a part of your team. So those 4 things every business needs. So that's what I do. I help businesses find their balance in those 4 areas through a process that takes sometimes as much as 2 years, but it's a process that we go through so that at the end they have a good plan, they have a good balance, a good baseline to start, and they can start growing their business.
So lacking any of those 4 pillars could or will likely lead to failure. The first one you said was leadership.
Right.
Somebody who opens a business, they're not especially good at leadership.
Right.
And so you would help them shape that?
Right. Actually, I have good lead in there. I actually have a program called the 12 Principles of Leadership. It's a 12-month program, and we go through a different principle each month, and they learn the principle. They actually do the work and practice it at their office, at their business, and then the next month we start a new one, and over those 12 months they learn some very solid ways to lead a company, and as a result they're better off as
So you can learn leadership.
You can learn leadership. You can't learn some things. Your IQ is always the same, but your leadership acumen can be improved.
And then the second was the strategic plan.
Strategic planning is something that every business needs to do from a starting point. Once you start up, you have a business plan, right? You get those things going. But as you develop your business over time, you need to relook at it and refocus your vision. And so that's another thing that I help people do with that.
Well, I'd say a lot of people start business without a plan at all. They just have an idea and they go to town. It's another setup for failure, I'd imagine.
Right. Well, the one thing that is true that of every business, every 100 businesses that start, 40% fail in the first year. And a lot of it is a lack of planning and, like you said, good vision.
So you, going through your program, you kind of take away some of that risk toward failure. I mean, if you're not a leader and you don't have a plan, and financial was the next one.
Financial management. Another thing that businesses fail at, especially the startups, is that they have this impression that their idea is so good they're going to start making money like in the first month. You know as well as I know that is not true. So they undercapitalize. They realize that they don't have enough reserves to live 3 months or 4 months or even a year before they make their first sale, and as a result they quit because they don't have any money. Go back to work, if you will. So yeah, that's a good part of it too, planning financially.
Our little business here, Central Valley Talk, we set up 3 years. We calculated we wouldn't make any money.
Right.
We're in our 9th year now, and we're still here.
And you're still not making any money, right? No, you might be doing it. Yeah, well, actually, if people want to know more about what I do in a big picture way, we do a workshop every year. And
once a year.
Once a year. We started our first one last year. We have a new one coming up this year. It's in November. It's called the High Performance Organization Workshop. It's up at the beautiful Tenaya Lodge. And it's an opportunity for people who are in business or really want to get into business to come and learn the real principles of how to start, manage, and lead a business. And it's a 2-day event.
And beautiful, you get away from your business, you're away from your home and stay up at the time.
And that's the idea, get away from here. It's only a one-night stay because they come up Thursday morning. We have one day, spend the night Friday, and then you're home for the high school football game if you want by Friday night. No worries.
Now, you mentioned, I think it'd be a great idea to talk to you before someone opened a business.
Sure.
But is it usually the other way? They've opened a business and chugging through things?
Typically, I'm working with businesses that have been around and already made it past that first 5 years where most businesses fail. And they're already going, they have employees, they're in the 20, 25 employee range, maybe maybe $10 million in sales or something like that, and they're coming to me to find out how they can take it to the next level, how they can get the people to work together better, engaging their employees, making being more efficient, all that kind of thing. That's where I really get involved.
I think we had a look at last year's conference.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I brought a video about some testimonials of those who attended last year. So if we could play that, it'd be great.
All right, let's take a look.
Coming to this has just really opened our eyes. This has really given us a lot of direction, a lot of focus, and actually I think both of us a little bit more drive to get the things done that we've been wanting to get done for a long time.
Before I got here, I didn't have a clear vision or understanding rather on what's at the heart of employees and employee management and how to talk to them.
Knowing the difference between what a true leader is versus what a true manager is, and vice versa, and what that means for an organization and how that means for program development, for achieving your goals.
How I work with people, be it at home or in my job. I think that this is going to enhance my personal skills tremendously.
The relationship with the team one-on-one and the human aspect, it was a very prominent theme throughout the 2 days. To have it be so prevalent told me and validated that it's extremely important.
It's good to come in a group, because when you come in a group, everyone has a different mind frame, everyone has a different perspective of how you think. So I can take all this in, I can soak it in, I can take it back, but I'll be giving it from my perspective versus some other my colleagues or even board members or even my managers and other directors within our organization.
And I know, talking to my coworkers here on the breaks and at lunch and dinner, we're all really excited to go back and sit down and start brainstorming and talking, and how do we implement this?
There's many things in there that I'm immediately going to go back and actually do, because I think implementing it is where we're really going to find the benefit, like the team charter and the different models that were there. I think that's hugely important to build that camaraderie with.
If you're going to take the time to manage your business and to improve your business and to go from chaos or normalcy to high efficiency, this is where you want to do it.
My recommendation for people would be to come, because it's a very good class. Bring as many leaders as possible if you intend to implement anything, because we come out of it with more information, but we can't go home and teach it.
Although I'm familiar with the human aspect that came with the training, I think it doesn't exist at all in a lot of businesses today, and I think that's part of the reason why they might struggle. So if you're lacking that, this will really emphasize that you need to have it, and I think it would be a huge improvement in their business if they focus on it.
That's beautiful, that shot of
Yeah, at the end,
Yosemite.
yeah.
Now, who would go to this? A big business or a small business?
Well, this event is really designed for anyone that's in business looking to get some time away so they can really think about how to work on their business instead of working in their business. It also works well, as some of the testimonies you heard were, that when you bring a team up, so if you have 2 or 3 or more people in your team, bring them along, because you're away from the work, you're able to focus and actually work on it. You'll also get a nice workbook. All your notes will be in there, so you can take it home and start working on it right away. So it's a good outcome.
So is it over when the conference is over? Is it over, or do you work with these people throughout the year?
It's entirely optional. We do offer that option when we get up there. After we're done, if they want to engage me for some more help, that's fine. If they don't want to, that's okay too. But they do have a good path forward from the result of those 2 days. So a lot of them implement it over a few months, and they call me and say, hey, help me refine a little bit, but that's fine.
Now, your fourth pillar was the hiring the right workers.
Right, that's critical. Hiring right and also developing them after you hire them is so important. Employees will make a decision to stay or to leave within the first 30 days. So it's very important that you bring them on, take a look at how you're going to orientate them to your business, work with them early on, get them acclimated to your culture, your vision, and then they will become long-term employees, most likely. Nothing's ever guaranteed.
Yeah, you hate to fire someone. And you don't want to hire someone and find out they just don't work out. So there's some prep, I guess, you need to do before you hire someone.
The cost of making the wrong hire is very high. So you want to make sure you do it right. Take your time, hire right, and develop early. So it's good stuff.
Okay, if somebody's watching and they're interested in this conference, where do they start? They go to a website? Or?
Yes, my website that's on the screen, columnsforsuccess.com, does have an events page. You click on the events and you can see it there.
Okay.
or you can just give me a call and I'll direct you, or I can email you the link, that kind of thing. There is a website just for the conference, so it has all the information, has the video that you just saw, along with all the details and how to register and that sort of thing. And I'd like to offer a special price to those who register. If they email me or call me and say they saw me on Central Valley Talk, they'll get $100 off the registration fee.
Wow, $100
$100 discount.
Central Valley Talk.
Right.
Please mention Central Valley Talk.
Yes, that's for sure. And just give me a call, and we'll take it from there.
Anything else we need to add?
That's pretty much all there is to it.
Okay, get a hold of Mike Goossen. Go to the website. Start there. There's a lot of information, right?
A lot of
And
information.
The website is?
Central Valley, almost promoted you. Columns4success.com with the number 4, not the word 4.
Okay, columns4success.com. If you're interested in this conference and you can't, if you didn't write down the address or the phone number or something, call me. I'll put you right in touch with Mike Goossen. We'll get you involved in the conference. We'll be back with more Central Valley business right after this.